Hello everybody, and welcome to Traps Tuesday Tuts. This is a remake of a channel I had over on YouTube, and I'm gonna be doing it, but I'm gonna be doing it fresh with new ideas and new information. So let's dive into it. What is it we're doing? We're gonna be learning all about redstone and all of the different things you can do with redstone. So, what is redstone? Well, all of these components are considered redstone components according to Mojang. If you are in creative and you go to redstone blocks, this is what they have. On top of that, I have added item frames as they will come into play a little bit later in our series. But yeah, this is all of the different blocks. So we're going to cover each and every one of them. Today, we're going to focus mostly on just redstone itself and what makes it work. We'll get into the rest of them a little bit later, but this is our big focus today, right here. So let's talk about it. What is redstone? Redstone is the ability to power different things, to automate, to create different mechanisms that do things for you so that you don't manually have to do it. It'll open doors, it'll farm mobs, it will collect items, it will sort things, depending on how you use it. So that's what we're going to learn how to do. If we come down here, what we're going to see is this is redstone dust, and you can place it when it's just a single dot. It'll be an X like that. When you place it in a line, it makes a nice line. You can actually come off of it, and it'll make a T. It has the capability to run power. So if we flip this lever, you'll see that this is lit up, and this is now transmitting power to other redstone devices that will activate based on this. However, you will notice it gets a little bit dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until we get right here. So it has a signal strength of 15. The 16th block could be powered, but redstone dust won't be powered. So what does it mean that it could be powered? That means that if we drop down a piston, piston will activate. If we drop down a redstone lamp, the redstone lamp will turn on. Basically, whatever redstone component you have that wants to be activated by power could be activated in that 16th block, but not in the 17th block because the 16th block does not have power. Now, how can we fix that? We can add a repeater, and a repeater will send the signal on. And as we can see, this lights up, and now so does this redstone. We also could just put the redstone back, and it will light up all the way down here until we get to 31. The 15 signal strength plus the 16 signal here gets us over to 31, but as you can see, 32 again is not powered because that's now 15 blocks away from the last full strength power source. Basically, all of your main sources of redstone signal will have a signal strength of 15. Now, what do I mean by main sources? That's going to include things like levers and buttons, observers, redstone blocks, redstone torches. Those things have a signal strength of 15. Now, when we get into it, comparators have variable signal strength, as do some of the other redstone signal sources. So we're not going to talk about that just now, but your main signal sources are going to have a signal strength of 15, and that's important to know. Now, there is one thing with repeaters. They do add in amounts of delay. So if we go ahead and put in repeaters here, and we have this here, and I'm going to throw a lamp at the end of each of these lines, right? So this is just a signal that going to go straight. This is a signal that's going to go through repeaters. What you're going to notice is the one on the right is going to light, and then the one on the left is. And that's because each one of these adds in a single tick of delay. Now, ticks are very important to be able to factor in to make certain mechanisms work. And actually, we can vary the amount of ticks by changing the position of the secondary torch on the repeaters. This can be anywhere from 1 tick delay to 4 ticks of delay. So I can actually slow this down a lot by doing that. You'll notice it will actually turn off very slowly, and then it will turn on very slowly. Something else that repeaters can do is repeaters can be locked, which means that whatever state they're in when they are locked, they will remain in until they're unlocked. So as you can see here, I can flick this off. That lamp is going to stay on because this is going to continue to output power until it is unlocked. So if I unpower this, that will then drain that. I can also lock it off, so I can turn on this power. That lamp will never turn on until it is unlocked. We'll get into some of the use cases of the tick delay and such when we start talking about actual circuits, but it is just important to know that there is tick delay and that could make certain things not work. If things have to happen in a certain order at the same exact time, that is something you're going to have to factor in with tick delay. Different blocks react differently to redstone dust. So a full block can have redstone dust go up on top of it and go down. So if I were to power this, the redstone signal will go down and the redstone signal will go up. Also, this block is powered because this redstone dust is pointed into it. So if I take something that is activated by redstone and put it on that block, this block is powering this redstone equipment. However, if we start looking at things like stairs cannot have redstone dust on them. So I cannot place redstone dust here. However, upside down stairs can have redstone dust on them. And they will take that signal up the stairs. That said, they won't take that signal down the stairs. So this one's powered because it's actually touching this block, but as you can see, it will not go down to this stair level. Slabs are very similar. Slabs in their lower state cannot have redstone dust placed onto them, but on their upper state, they can have redstone dust placed on them, and it will travel upwards properly. However, it will not transmit signal downwards, so only up, which can be useful if you have a circuit that needs to be powered from the bottom, but also needs to be able to be powered from the top, but not have that power something at the bottom. Glass is another interesting feature with redstone dust. Glass can have redstone dust placed onto it, as you would expect from a full block. It can also transmit signal downwards. No, it can't. Just like a slab or a stair, the redstone signal does not go downwards. Interestingly, though, redstone signal can go through glass. So as you can see, this is now powered. If I were to do this out of full blocks, this would not work because the full blocks don't allow the redstone to connect like the redstone does on glass. Now, as we mentioned before, redstone can power things by pointing into a redstone needed block. It can also power things by pointing into a full block next to a redstone needed block. Additionally, the redstone could be on top of the block next to it, or on top of the block that needs it. Something to note, redstone facing pistons will power a piston. However, if you were to put redstone on top of a piston, which you can do, as soon as you activate the piston, it'll break. So that will break your redstone lines. So you never want to put it on any side, except you can in fact put it on top of a piston and it will continue to function. All right, well, we have covered the very basics of redstone. I'm going to go ahead and light this lamp up and we'll keep track of what we've covered so far in the series by lighting the lamps up. There is obviously a lot to go over and we're going to have a lot to cover. I don't want to get too crazy in this first episode. Just know that there is a lot to know about these various redstone components and we will cover all of it. Obviously, we did use some other mechanics. We used the redstone lamps. We used levers, we used pistons, but we didn't actually talk about all the different use cases and what their functions are and how they operate. So the only thing I really feel comfortable ticking off is that redstone dust. If you liked the video, please make sure to hit that big old thumbs up button and hit that follow button so you get notified about the next one. Thanks for watching, and don't get trapped without me. Bye-bye.